Welcome back, 6-9, 5:30 left in the first quarter. We got booted off air from the problem with the scoreboard to open up the game. 9-6, UMO leads the Hurricanes here in Louisburg. An easy putback, and Wadsworth extends the lead to 11.
Yeah, Wadsworth getting her first action of the game, comes in and contributes immediately.
Louisburg looking for some answers here early. Misses the easy bunny in the paint, almost a turnover, but UMO in transition turns it right over back to a Kane. Clowney dishes it off and back out, elbow shot, no, and Clowney fighting down low with the big body Harold, and Harold pulls down a rebound and picking up the foul. It's Patterson.
That's going to be 2 on cue, so it looks like she may have to take a seat to preserve her fouls going forward. Looks like we will see a substitution. Deasia Hartsfield coming into the game, and looks like we have a timeout on both sides here as both teams will talk it over at their benches.
First media timeout, 4:37 left in the first quarter, 11-6. UMO scored first, and then back at it. The Hurricanes go down and pick up a bucket, and then UMO answered back. And ladies and gentlemen, first game jitters, I would have to say, have a lot to do with the way this season starts for the Hurricanes.
Very possible. You know, what we've seen is they're just cold from the field as well, not protecting the ball very well. They're a little overcommitting with fouls right now. We've got 5 fouls currently on the Hurricanes versus 1 for the Trojans. So right now the Trojans playing a little more under control. They're getting a big contribution from Emily Wiebelhaus, who's already got 5 points to lead all scorers right now. And then 4 from Harrell, the center, who's stretching the floor, taking jump shots. So that could present a problem for Louisburg if they don't clamp down defensively and find some shots they can knock down offensively.
11-6 coming out of the media timeout.
On the floor for the Hurricanes, you got Correa. You've also got Deasia Hartsfield, who just subbed in, Mackenzie Shabala, Myquisha Patterson, and also Jade Clowney. So it looks like Q will stay in the game with 2 fouls.
Coach Gaskins must know how to slow Q down on fouling as Harold makes the first.
And now Harrell tied for the team lead. She's got 5. Missed her first 2 free throws, but has knocked down this one here.
UMO's doubled up. The Canes.
What a block.
Clowney hits the floor on the shot, and they will not send her to the free throw line. So UMO with the ball, with the 6-point lead here in the first.
Clean block by Sarah Walker, number 4, came over the top, got all ball.
Canes come out of the full court press. Harold breaks the press, goes to the corner. It's Kester in trouble.
Kester's been hanging around the wing out there. She's been trying to get open threes. Wiebelhaus has been finding her, but she's not been able to knock one down yet.
Wiebelhaus dribbles right out of bounds. Checking back in the game is White. She'll check in for Cora. Wiebelhaus will have a seat along with Kester for UMO. Smaller lineup coming in for UMO. Clowney driving, kicking to the corner. Buckets! And there's your first 3.
Welcome to the game, Mackenzie Shabala, wide open in the corner for 3, and now she gets a steal. And then nearly turns it over herself and does.
Does right, UMO with numbers. Ahead. Should have used the backboard. Harold pulls down the rebound between the white jerseys.
Smart play by Harold to pull it out after getting the rebound, realized he shouldn't have anything down low.
Wadsworth hands it over to Walker. Walker spins it to the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Jones. Shots blocked. Staying right with it is Wadsworth, and she picks up the easy bucket.
Nice way to follow the shot by Morgan Wadsworth. Got down low and was able to convert.
9-14, 3:06 left. Hartsfield over top of the, and a kiss off the back of the rim.
And Shabala one more time, 2 straight threes for number 30. Rocking the 30 like Steph Curry.
14-12, UMO leads. But the Canes are fighting back through the tropical storm.
Another substitution coming in. This is Riley Morrison. She will replace Harrell. So, again, you're right. The smaller lineup now with Harrell out of the game. She's the tallest player for the Trojans. Now you're probably looking more of a 4-guard, 1-forward lineup with Walker most likely playing the 5 for UMO.
Maya Jones will be inbounding for UMO. They'll run the play, 18 on the shot clock when they get it in. She'll lob it into Brown. Brownie drive in, up and under, no. Chabala with the rebound.
Slipped off her fingertips. She tried to control it, but fell out of bounds, and they will not reset the shot clock. 10 on the shot clock for UMO.
Jones looking to come into play, lobs it in. They'll get into play with 8 seconds. Great defense by White at the top of the key. 5. Will she get the shot off? She lobs it in. It's going to see a shot clock violation.
No awareness on that play by Ashley Brown. She had the ball. She had a look at the bucket, wasn't looking at the clock, and therefore the turnover has commenced.
Emily Wadsworth with the shot clock violation for UMO. 14-12 first quarter. UMO with a 2-point lead. Clowney. Chubala elbow shot. 8 points of the team's 14, and we're tied in Louisburg. 3
straight buckets from Mackenzie Shabala. She's heating up offensively.
Shabala with 8 straight. 1:57 left, first quarter. UMO, no buckets in the last 3 minutes since the media timeout.
Man-to-man defense for the Canes.
Ashley in trouble. It's going to be a turnover, UMO.
Saw some active hands on there, over there by Louisburg, disrupting the flow of the Trojans, and therefore a turnover.
Jade Clowney shaking and baking, top of the key, goes left side. White around, Chubala in a corner. There it is.
She's heating
Erase it, erase the deficit. Louisburg with the first lead, 11 points for McKenzie.
It's been Mackenzie Shabala 11, Mount Olive 0 in the last 3 minutes.
The sophomore with a chance to extend the lead for Louisburg, and Clowney with the 14-footer.
Shabala was calling for it, but Clowney had a good shot as well.
Wadsworth stripped, staying right with it. Who's going to get it? The ball's on the floor, and UMO on top of the ball. Got a jump ball. Not sure if White knew the ball was underneath her feet. I believe she got it elbowed.
Poor Riley Morrison was in the eye of the storm there. She had about 3 Hurricanes surrounding her. Was unable to find an open teammate. Saw Wadsworth in the mix there as well.
Weeblehouse checking back in the game for UMO.
She was the early spark for the Trojans. She had the first 5 points for Mount Olive.
43 ticks left, 17 on the shot clock. UMO with the ball. Riley Morrison along with Maya Jones at the top of the key. They'll get the ball in play, and Weeblehouse driving, in trouble. Wadsworth with a runner, and it's good.
It's a good look by Weeblehouse to find Wadsworth. Weeblehouse looked like she had an opportunity herself, but thought better of it. found Wadsworth and got the 2.
McKenzie off the baseline as she's fouled. The hot hand of the sophomore. Like you said, the guard shooting like Steph and the number 30 for the Canes.
Yeah, Chavallo last season, 28% from three-point range. So you know she likes to hang out there on the wing.
Makes the first of 2. Louisburg with a 2-point lead with 23 ticks left. Two-point lead, offensive board. Clowney for 3. Brushes the iron right in the hands of Wadsworth. Wadsworth finds Wiebelhaus. Wiebelhaus with 12, and she strips, stays right with the ball. Wiebelhaus takes the 1-on-5, and she is fouled. Wiebelhaus, not one to give the ball up, Craig. That could cause trouble for UMO JV.
Yeah, you'd like to see her keep her head up there and try to find some open teammates, but that time on that play, Ada Anorve Basoria, a little too overzealous, trying to strip the ball from behind and fouled Wiebelhaus. Now she's got a chance to build on her 5 points that she's already got. And now she got the first, that makes it 6. Also, one thing I noticed here, PD, the clock here does not have tenths of a second. 7 seconds even on the clock, so it'll be 3-2-1-0 here.
She misses the chance to tie the game up, and Mackenzie Chubala with the ball with 3. Leans in, puts up the shot, and shot at the buzzer to no horn. And that's the end of the first. Louisburg Hurricanes with a 1-point lead over UMO. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball on Louisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to the Roger Taylor Athletic Complex on the campus of Louisburg College. PD Doris, Craig Green here. Louisburg up by 1. They've caught themselves down by as many as 7 here in the first quarter, but they lead thanks to the hands of sophomore Mackenzie Chubala for the Tigers. Correction, Hurricanes.
It's been the Mackenzie Chubala show in the first quarter. 12 points to lead the Canes. Carolina Correa with 4 behind her, and then Amaya Griffin with 2 to round out for Louisburg. And then on the Mount Olive side of things, you've got Emily Wiebelhaus with 6, Tyra Harrell with 5, and also Wadsworth with 6.
Each team with multiple players in scoring in the first quarter, 18-17. 10 minutes on the clock, second quarter. Canes will come out with minds to try to jump out on a lead here in the second quarter. Don't start it just like the first quarter.
Momentum's been back and forth in this game, but it feels like Louisburg is starting to build up some momentum until that turnover happened.
You don't know with the turnover. Wiebelhaus lobs it into Harold. Harold drops her shoulder and goes up with the kiss off the window.
I like what they did there on that last offensive possession. They went right inside the Herald. They looked around, they found a mismatch, and they found one for them and went off of it and got the bucket to Herald.
Clowney hits the floor hard. A 5-foot sophomore who averaged nearly 9 points per game, 70% from the free throw last season. Will stand in for 1. Clock stopped at 9:24. We're tied at 19. She'll make both of his free throws. It's 20-19. Hurricanes. Weeblehouse bringing it up, calling out a play as she crosses the timeline. Jade Clowney right on her hip. Goes to Kester. Back to Weeblehouse. Harold trying to set a high screen. Weeblehouse drives and travels. Took one too many steps as that pivot foot picked up. 20-19, just crossing the first minute of the second quarter here. Clowney working the right side, facing a 2-3 defense by UMO. One more pass, as Coach Gaskin says, and she doesn't make it connect, as Clowney misses her second three. Got away with the travel, UMO. That was Ashley Browning. Clowney, one pass ahead, kiss off the window, and Louisburg extends the lead to 22-19.
Nice little fast break there, and a good finish by Ada Onorbe Basoria to get her first 2 points of the game.
Basoria right there, she picks it up, looking up the court, no one there, takes it across the timeline behind the back. Double teamed and finds Clowney. Nearly turns it over, but fighting. And Hartsworth draws the foul. 22-19, if you're just joining us, it's been a tight contest since the opening tip. UMO with the first bucket on the first possession. UMO finished the first quarter with a 4-minute slump. Hartsfield drops that shoulder, turns around and misses the bunny, and fighting and staying right with it is Jones, and Jones will get a chance at the charity stripe. The freshman from Northside High School in Pinetown, North Carolina.
That foul's going to go against Ashley Brown of UMO. That's her first. And now we'll see, just like you said, Mariah Jones going to the line.
Jones couldn't connect on her first points tonight. 1 second shy of the 8-minute mark. 22-19, UMO in trouble here. Down by 3. Hasn't seen a lead since the 1:10 mark. 23-19 on the free throw by Mariah Jones, the 5'9" freshman. Jones driving, throws up and under, and right there to clean it up is White. White ahead, kiss off the window, and one.
Great finish at the rim by Onorbe Basoria. She's running the floor again. This time the foul goes against Emily Weeblehouse.
Basoria with 4 points, looking for point number 5 here to extend the lead for the Hurricanes. The first 6-point lead, make it 7. Make it 8. Correction, 7, yes. 26-19. UMO with the ball. Harold outside of her position. Going left side to Kester. Kester around the screen. Looking for Harold. Harold, 15. Drive in left side, kiss off the window. And Harold stops the bleeding for UMO.
She's got a good spin move, and she had a nice quick move to the basket going to her left. I was able to finish with that left hand.
Need to force Harold to the right. It's White. Looking to stop. Basoria. Driving, kicking, top of the key. They'll work the wall around the perimeter with 9 on the clock. Clowney, baseline's cut off, and she is fouled by Weeblehouse.
And you can tell Coach Matt Snyder not happy about the call whatsoever. It's 3 on Weeblehouse. And she may have to take a seat. Looks like she will here as Wadsworth is coming to the scorer's table.
You know, when Weeblehouse guarding Clowney, Clowney is low to the ground, and that's where you get in trouble all the time because you're starting to swing, trying to block them because they're short players. But, you know, that's where you can separate a knowledgeable defender from a defender that just trying to pad stats with blocks.
The art of defense obviously is trying not to touch your opponent as Clowney follows up. She gets the offensive rebound and then gets a bucket. But again, playing defense is tough.
Clowney misses 2 free throws and picks up that bucket. Soria driving, picks up, and she travels. Picks up her dribble, looked like she wanted to pass, but says, I'll take the shot up anyway. And it's 28-21, 6:42 left.
Feet were moving before the ball started dribbling, and Anorve Basoria again turned it over.
6:37 left. Maya Jones guarded tightly by Z. Adams. They got a foul. End up putting a foul.
It's on Rihanna Cogdell.
Cogdell
coming in the game.
Nice little rotation by Coach Gaskins and the Canes to see. You know, early in the season, I'd say by end of December, you want to know pretty much your top 8 players on the roster before you get into deep in Region 10 in January.
Yep, that's why the exhibition season's here, to kind of understand your rotation, get to know your players a little better, especially with all these incoming freshmen.
And there you go. They're definitely hitting the threes.
That's right, Anorve Basoria knocks one down, the former Patriot from Apex Friendship.
31-22. Second quarter, Harold. Guarded tightly by Cogdell. Harold looking to take Cogdell to the hole. Only working the left side is Cogdell with the steal. Cogdell, no numbers, will take it herself, drop her shoulder, and we got an offensive foul.
Started out really well for Cogdell, who got the turnover on Harold, then went down the court with a head of steam, but you know, a little too out of control, and offensive fouls called.
And that's exactly what the official saw too, Craig, was it's hard to call a blocking foul whenever you are just as much out of control as anybody on the court.
That's right. I mean, the defender does have a right to the basketball somewhat. You know, a lot of times we see in sports like football and basketball, the fouls and penalties favor the offense. But defenders, they need love too.
Cogdell digging up on Harold. Harold over to Wadsworth. Kester, long three off the iron, and Wadsworth tips it right out of bounds, and it's Canes ball.
Chloe Kester, again, I've been saying it since the first quarter. She's been hanging out around that three-point line. It's not come to, not cashed in on one just yet, but you got to keep shooting if you're a confident shooter.
Canes working inside, and Cogsdale misses the bunny inside.
Good defense by Kester. And then Correa with her second foul. Little too aggressive there as Kester's trying to dribble up court. She's not going to do any damage to you from about 65 feet away. Just let her get across the timeline.
Cogsdale will have a seat as Amaya Griffin will check in. .509 left here, second quarter, 31-22. Biggest lead for the Canes tonight. Wadsworth lobs it into Harold, and Harold with a bunny.
Nice little teardrop pass. I like that. Good job by Wadsworth to find Harold. Harold with a soft touch underneath.
Patterson driving, kiss off the window, doesn't fall. But right there, Griffin, is she looking for the call for the official. Couldn't get a call, and UMO in transition, three too hard. And coming down with the rebound is Jones. Jones ahead. 1 on the 4, kicks it to the corner. 3 for Cora, count it. Correction, that was Patterson.
Yep. Myquisha Patterson gets her first 3 of the game. Q is on the board. And now quietly a 10-point lead has been built by the Hurricanes.
Take a look at Cogdell to the right of us, Craig. She's walking up and down behind the bench with her shoe off. A give and go by Harold, and up and under for Brownie was good for UMO.
First points of the game for Ashley Brown, new player for head coach Matt Snyder.
Cora driving, kicking top of the key. Adams drive, too hard off the iron. Harrell with a rebound. 3:41 left, UMO down by 8. Ashley Brown brings it down.
Why not try to find the mismatch? Get it to 23 one more time. She's calling for the ball.
And she is gasped at the top of the key. Breathing pretty heavy. 3 on the way, no, and it's right off of the hands of Chloe Kester.
The 3 ball has been something that Mount Olive has just struggled with from the beginning of this game. They've had some looks, not been able to knock them down. That's probably why they're down by 9 at this moment.
3:19 left, got a media timeout, 34-26. You're listening to Louisburg Lady Hurricanes on Louisburg Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, 34-28-26. UMO trails Louisburg Hurricanes on Louisburg Sports Network. PD Doors, Craig Green, second quarter, 3:19 left. Louisburg with the ball.
17-8 so far here in the second quarter in favor of Louisburg, and still leading the way for the Hurricanes now. Ada Onorve Basoria with 8 points all here in the second stanza.
Patterson with that long 3 earlier, feeds inside, back out to who but McKenzie. Corner 3 for Patterson, couldn't connect that time, follows the shot, but coming out with the rebound, Ashley Brown, and she'll bring it across midcourt, 2:50 left. Feed inside to Harold. Harold drops her shoulder, nice hard kiss off the window, but it falls for their 28th point.
Harrell seems like she's got that bucket all night long if she wants it. She can box out the opposing defender, and that time looks like
Cora dropped it off to Griffin, and Griffin hanging out down low.
Yeah, Griffin got lost by the Mount Olive defense, and she was wide open underneath.
36-28, second quarter action from Louisburg College. Wadsworth drives, 103, and nice kiss off the window.
Seems like the message now is just take the ball inside. If you can get an easy bucket, get one. Don't hang around the three-point line, because right now it's not working.
Adams for a long arching 3, and
What
with the offensive board for Griffin, back out 3, no. Coming down with the rebound, UMO, and they nearly turned it over.
Love the hustle by Amaya Griffin to able to swoop in and take that offensive board.
Patterson tries to pull down the offensive board that time and couldn't connect, couldn't get it. 1:52 left, 36-30. UMO with the ball.
Trojans hanging around, PD. They've been within, they had an early lead in the first quarter. Now they're within 6, 2 possessions. You're Matt Snyder. You got to like what you're seeing.
Brown didn't like what she saw inside, puts up the air ball.
They were doing a lot better when they were taking it to the basket. I mean, you can't blame Brown. She had an open look, but again, the 3 ball's not falling. Try to take some high percentage shots.
Adams crossing the timeline. Chubala, corner. Nice little move in the corner, Chubala. And we got a travel. Adams took stepping without the ball.
2 steps before she even put the ball on the floor. That's an easy call for official Heather Hearn.
Fresh 30 for UMO, 1:19 left. Second quarter, 36-30. PD Norris, Craig Green here. Louisburg Sports Network, powered by High Level Media. Couldn't roll off the rim for Ashley Brown as it falls in the hands of the Canes, and in transition nearly turns it over, but finds who underneath but the shortest player on the field for the Canes.
Harold did a good job getting down low and forcing the Hurricanes to bring the ball back out.
Canes don't need to rush with 12 on the shot clock. 3 too hard, and down with the rebounds, Griffin.
Shot clock was not. And we can hear assistant coach Courtney Brewer telling the scores table they need to reset the shot clock, and rightfully so. It was underneath 10 after the offensive rebound. Should have been reset to 20 immediately.
So Cora to the line to shoot 2 as she was fouled on the penetration. 36.9. Picking up the foul was Sarah Walker, the guard for UMO.
It's 2 on Walker. And looking at foul trouble for Mount Olive, you got 3 for Weeblehouse, 2 for Walker. On the Hurricane side, 2 for Korea, 2 for Q, 2 for Rihanna Cogdell.
Makes the second. Up by 7, 37-30. 7 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Jones to Brown. Brown with an elbow shot. Connects.
Little step back jumper, not too bad, but then
Answer back. Griffin with a quick layup.
It's got to be disappointing.
39-22, 14 on the clock. Canes with the turnover.
It's not a good sequence for the Trojans. You'll allow an easy bucket after you get yourself within 5, then you turn the basketball over. Now final possession belongs to Louisburg College.
Patterson with the ball with 6 seconds. Cross-court pass to Cora. To Chubala for 3. No, and Harold with the rebound to close out the first half. 39-32. Going into the break, Lewisburg leads UMO. You're listening to Lewisburg basketball on Lewisburg Sports Network. Welcome back, 39-32, 2:50 left until the start of third quarter. UMO trails Louisburg College Lady Hurricanes in an exhibition matchup at Louisburg College. PD Norris, Craig Green here. Craig, slow start for the Canes in the first quarter, but once they got the lead at the 4:24 mark and the media timeout in the first, it's been all Canes since then.
They've had a lot of the momentum here in the first two quarters. We did see UMO fight back, get this game underneath a 10. They fell down by at least 10 in the second quarter, but they fought back, and now they're down by 7 here at halftime. I think what was ailing them in the second quarter was perimeter shooting, really, for Mount Olive. They weren't able to knock down any of the threes they were putting up, and that was the difference in some of the game because we saw Mackenzie Shabala come out, knock down a couple of triples, as well as Maikwisha Patterson knocking down a three, as well as Ada Anorve Basoria. So we got 4 3-pointers for the Hurricanes. I think that's part of the difference in the ball game right now is that their perimeter shooting has been working for the most part, while for UMO what's been working for them is just getting to the basket.
1:37 left, 39-32. We'll take a last final break here. We're right back here with third quarter and second half coverage of Louisburg Hurricanes basketball on Louisburg Sports Network. Seconds on the clock. They're going to go ahead and get the third quarter started here. PD Norris, Craig Green bringing you coverage of Louisburg basketball.
And quickly, PD, scoring leaders in the first half for Mount Olive: 13 points for Tyra Harrell, 8 for Morgan Wadsworth, 6 for Emily Wiebelhaus in foul trouble. For Louisburg, you had Mackenzie Shabala with 12, Ada Anorve Basoria with 8, and then also you had Carolina Correa with 5.
Kester turns it over on travel. UMO with their first turnover here in the second half. Like you said, Wiebelhaus held scoreless in the second quarter. All her action came in the first, where she was not quite as bad in foul trouble. See how she reacts coming out at the break as Cora kicks it to the corner. And both teams with the turnovers. Harold pulls down a turnover. We got a blocking foul coming up for Patterson.
Yeah, Q tried to step in front of Harrell and make things tough for her dribbling up the court, but she drew a blocking foul in the process.
Soria checks in for Patterson. .28 seconds off the clock, and both teams with the turnover here in the third. UMO with the ball with their second chance offense here. Harold standing way away from her post position. Weeblehouse trying to shake and bake a Masoria driving up and under. Almost had it, but Masoria with the rebound.
Good move, good take, just didn't finish.
Masoria looking ahead to Griffin and turns it over. That's 2 turnovers here in the third quarter for the Kings.
Got to give credit on that play to Harrell because she was face guarding against Griffin. Griffin didn't have a good look at that pass coming down low to her.
39-32, crossing a 1 minute of action here in the third. Brown looking to go baseline on Cora, goes inside to Harold. Harold turns around, couldn't connect, fight with the rebound and putting up the offensive points was Maya Jones.
That's her first bucket of the game. She got a free throw earlier, but that's her first actual 2 points of the ball game.
And answer back as Griffin, the bigs, connecting.
Once again, Griffin finds her way down low, and the UMO defense completely ignores her, so she's wide open, gets an easy bucket.
41-34, 8:19 left. Harold leaves it for Kester as she travels. It's a third turnover here for Kester for traveling.
Got to do a better job handling the basketball, using her feet at the same time. You know, they talked about, I remember hearing Roy Williams talk about Tyler Hansborough saying he couldn't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time when he got his hands on him.
Cora, nice spin, trailing, and Shubala misses the layup. Nice look by Cora. Cora with numbers, fakes it, and turns it over. Weeblehouse going up on Shubala and converts.
That's Weeblehouse's first 2 points of the game since the first quarter. Started off hot, ended up, finished the second quarter kind of cold, but gets her first bucket here 2.5 minutes or so into the third.
Adams over to Masoria, and she misses. Easy bunny. Pulling down the rebounds, Ashley Brown. She pushes it in front court to Weeblehouse. Weeblehouse into Harold. Harold steps back off the baseline and doesn't connect. Masoria ahead to Cora, and Cora saves it from going out of bounds. And Cora is fouled by Maya Jones. Heather Herr with a call. A lot of action here in the third quarter so far. Just, UMO outscored. And we got a double dribble by Masoria. Heather Herr catching the double dribble.
Not exactly the start that the Hurricanes wanted coming out of the locker room.
Hurricanes outscored by 2 here in the third. Harold high post. Backdoor cut. And couldn't connect. That
goodness.
pass you have to connect. Harold,
Awesome
nice
pass.
little backdoor pass, and Cora was pushed, looking for a call, couldn't get the call. But I tell you, Amaya Griffin right there to clean it up and picks up 2 points.
Like a Jill on the spot. She's been there, in advantageous positions. We've seen her hustling all game long.
Down by 7, Weeblehouse loses the ball but stays right with it. Maya Jones couldn't connect. Here come the Canes in transition, up by 7. And who else but Masoria to connect.
You need a bucket here if you're Mount Olive. You don't want to fall behind too far. This gym's starting to get loud.
Harold misses. And Harold misses the bunny. And UMO in transition, 5:42 left, and it's a turnover, Weeblehouse. They push it ahead to Griffin, and Griffin is fouled.
And Weeblehouse's pass was deflected, and then she took a hard shot going across midcourt. And foul is called. 2 free throws coming. Looks like Ashley Brown got the foul call. She will sit down, and coming into the game is Sarah Walker. Ada Anorve Basoria from Apex, North Carolina, at the free throw line, awaiting to shoot these 2 free throws.
45-36, Basoria makes the first.
Now we're up to double digits once again. We'll see if Louisburg can try to pull away a little bit here. Second free throw is good for Basoria. Now here comes Emily Weeblehouse across the timeline. Weeblehouse against Anorve Basoria. 15 on the shot clock for the Trojans. That pass deflected, stolen. Here comes Clowney. Clowney 2-on-1 Hurricanes. Around the bucket it goes. Jade Clowney with her 6th points of the contest. Hurricanes now with a 13-point lead, 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Weeblehouse looking to penetrate. Weeblehouse fouled, got the bucket and the bruises, but they're saying the foul is on the floor. So Basoria, Ada Anorve Basoria with the foul. Shot won't count. Timeout has been called. And that'll be Basoria's 3rd foul of the contest. So as things currently stand, a 13-point lead, 4:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. Leading scorers right now for the Lady Hurricanes. Still Mackenzie Shabala with 12. You've got Ada Anorve Basoria, who's even to her at 12 points. Amaya Griffin now with 10. Jade Clowney with 6. That leads the Hurricanes. And for the Trojans, still their leading scorer, Tyra Harrell with 13 at the break. Emily Weeblehouse with 8. Morgan Wadsworth with 8.
Here in the 3rd quarter, Louisburg outscoring UMO 10-4. UMO hasn't seen a bucket since the 6-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
A lot of that had to do with the swarming defense, too, of Louisburg. They've done a much better job attacking the ball handler and cutting off passes. They've done a good job hustling as well. We've seen it throughout the first half by Amaya Griffin, flying in to get loose balls and keeping possessions alive or killing possessions for the Trojans. Interesting fact, though, about Mount Olive, Petey. Did you know that Mount Olive, North Carolina, for one period of time was the strawberry capital of the world, 1900 to 1905.
Wow. I know the Mount Olive pickles.
That's her first points of the second half. Shabala leading all scorers with 14.
Weeblehouse to the bucket, to the floor, and you can count it.
Weeblehouse wobbled. She fell down and still got it to go.
51-38, 4:17 left. Basoria couldn't connect. Down with the rebound is Chloe Kester. Kester taking it herself. Weeblehouse for 3, gets a shooter's roll.
The first 3-point bucket of the game for the Trojans. Starting to fight their way back here. They needed that basket. Still down by 10. Can you do it again?
Basoria, top of the key. Griffin looking inside at you. Shabala's fouled.
Chloe Kester. hands on the 2 and the 0 on her shirt. Like, who, me? How did I call it? How did I draw a foul there? She thought she had a clean block, all hands on the ball, but the referee did not see it that way. And we got mass substitutions coming in for the Trojans.
51-41, 3:44 left. Live from Louisburg College, Petey Doors, Craig Green here, Louisburg Sports Network, and Chubala makes the first.
And Mackenzie Chubala, returning player from China Grove, played at 1-of-1 preparatory before she came to Louisburg College. Averaged 7 points a game. She's more than doubled that today.
Harrell, top of the key, looking for help, but swings around the right side. Flashing through the paint was Wadsworth, nothing there, but Weeblehouse backdoor and a nice put back for Weeblehouse.
Just like the first quarter, Weeblehouse has found her groove here early in the second half.
Down by 10, long threes, coming up short for the Canes.
Good hustle by Chubala to keep the possession alive.
White splits the defenders. Back inside to Griffin, and Griffin's reverse layups missed, and here comes Weeblehouse in offense. Leans in, draws the foul of Basoria as she hits the floor, and she'll head to the charity stripe.
And a great outlet pass that time as well by Harrell, who affected the last shot and put a nice little drop pass there right in the path for Weeblehouse to accept it. She did so nicely, drew the foul on Anorve Basoria, who now has 4 fouls.
Patterson checks in along with Jones. It's Chubala. Bala will set down. (53-44). Making both free throws.
Just like that, PD, 17 points for Weeblehouse, 11 here in the third.
It's been a Weeblehouse quarter. Just like the first and second quarter was the Mackenzie Chubala quarter.
Momentum still on the side of the Hurricanes, though, firmly with an 8-point lead.
White stops on the baseline, couldn't get a kiss off the window to fall, but with the putback, the freshman 5'9" from Pinetown, North Carolina, Mariah Jones.
Her first bucket of the game, playing down low, that 4 position. Was able to get the offensive bucket, put it back home.
Back to a 10-point lead, but answer back just as I release it out of the mouth. Weeblehouse.
She's getting hot right now for Mount Olive.
(55-48), 2:10 left. Patterson will look to come into play underneath her own basket. Bounce passes it in, and Griffin draws the foul, but couldn't connect on the layup. And on the foul was Ashley Brown, crossing her body up.
It's 3 on Brown. So you got 3 on Brown, you got 3 on Weeblehouse. That's the foul trouble right now for Mount Olive.
It's Maya Griffin from Nightendale High School out of Raleigh. Started 17 and 29 games for the Canes last year. Picks up 1 of 2. 56-48. And coming down with the steal is Griffin. Griffin ahead to Jones, and Jones right off her foot, and that's another turnover for the Canes.
On the steal, good anticipation by Griffin. She jumped in front of Harrell. Harrell didn't do a good enough job to body her out to prevent that steal from happening. But all for naught as UMO gets the ball back.
1:53 left. Weeblehouse, cornerback and offense for UMO.
their best player today so far outside of Tyra Harrell.
Brown inside to Harold. Harold drops the shoulder right on Griffin, and Griffin come out with the steal. Here comes offense and Clowney. Clowney left side, layup's good.
Defense, offense, we've seen it plenty of times. We just saw it again right there. Jade Clowney down the court, finds the open lane, lays it up.
Ashley Brown for 15 in and out. And who else but the smallest 5-foot guard on the court, pulling down, rebound to offense, and it's 60-48.
Playing with a lot of confidence, Jade Clowney. What a hard
Harold.
screen.
She hit a brick wall on Harold, and it layup.
Tell you what, that screen got my attention. I completely missed who made that basket. What a hard screen.
I just heard her say, ooh.
The whole gym noticed it.
Clowney couldn't answer back as Harold
But
pulls
luckily,
down a rebound.
yeah, luckily Clowney's okay.
Harold got away with the travel. Weeblehouse with 18 on the shot clock. Left-handed layup is good.
Weeblehouse, PD, with 18 points in the second half, in the third quarter alone.
And the Canes answer it back and gets a turnover. 3, no. Weeblehouse has 18 of the team's 20.
All here in the second half, yeah.
Maya Jones with the other 2.
Up to 24 for the game, Weeblehouse, but it's not been enough as Louisburg has really turned it on in the third quarter and it kept the Trojans from Pickletown at bay.
Fourth quarter, get ready to get started here. 62-52 at end of 3. You're listening to Louisburg Basketball on Louisburg Sports Network. 18 points for Weeblehouse in the third for UMO. They trail by 10. They end the third quarter on a 16-9 run. They trail by 10. Can the Kings stop the tropical storm of Weeblehouse?
Well, they've done a good job stopping everyone else, really. Weeblehouse is getting her points, but that is no matter right now, in my opinion, because it's still a 10-point lead heading into the final 10 minutes of this game. And I think what the Hurricanes need to do here is continue what they did in the third, get to the bucket, distribute the basketball around, play some swarming defense, attack the basketball. I think you'll like what you get here at the end of the game. But if you are Mount Olive, you have got to find a better. You gotta stop them offensively here. You got to play tighter defense. You got to take smarter shots.
Patterson looking to come into play at the timeline, and she gets it in bounds to Clowney. Clowney guarded tightly by Maya Jones. Over to Patterson. Patterson to Griffin, and Griffin. And Jones, correction, with the easy layup.
5 points for Mariah Jones. Good way to start off the fourth quarter if you are Louisburg College.
Weeblehouse will take a 3, her second attempt, and misses. Pulling down a rebound is Hartsfield. White. Over to Patterson. Patterson looks. They'll run a play. Up by 12, and off of UMO, out of bounds.
Now look at the shot clock got started. They're trying to get it fixed now. I believe it's at 15 on the shot clock, and that's exactly what our official asked for.
9:15 left, 15 seconds left. on the shot clock. Canes up by 12. Patterson's mid-range off the baseline is no good. And pulling out of rebounds, Maya Jones.
It's imperative for Mount Olive to force Louisburg to take bad shots.
Harold for three, off the glass, and the bank is open.
First points of the second half for Harold. She went quiet in that third quarter. That's a big-time three. They needed that bucket.
Jones, top of the key to White. White steps in on a three, too hard, and pulling down a long rebound is Chloe Kessler, who has turned the ball over 4 times for traveling. Cross-court pass. Weeblehouse drives, splits the defenders up and under, layups missed, and Maya Jones with the rebound.
Took on 3 Canes there, nearly converted.
Clowney jetted it right to White, then White went to Patterson for a quick three, and UMO with the ball down by 9, and Kessler steps in on a three, couldn't connect, long rebound underneath for Brown. Brown double teamed, 17 on the shot clock. Weeblehouse shaking and baking, stripped from behind, but stays right with it, three, no, and underneath was Patterson. Outlet pass, and White with the reverse layup. And I tell you, that's basketball right there, Craig, 66-55.
Like that fast break opportunity there, 2-on-1. The Canes got out quickly, and the beneficiary of that was Corey White.
Harold with the screen from Weeblehouse. Weeblehouse drives. Harold gets the rebound, and it doesn't fall.
But again, Tyra Harrell giving the Hurricanes some problems down low. This foul's going to go against Jones. That would be her second. But Jones has had a nice game. Again, she went quiet in the third quarter, but she's been putting in a lot of work down low. You know, Matt Snyder's got to be happy with what he's seeing from Tyra Harrell.
Hey, can you?
First free throw is good for Harrell. And Harrell knocks down the second. A 9-point deficit for Mount Olive. Here comes Clowney. Clowney finding Hartsfield underneath, bucket and the bruises. And also losing a shoe is Deasia Hartsfield. That foul's going to go against Sarah Walker. That's her third. With 7:09 to go in this ball game. Louisburg College with a double-digit lead. Still plenty of time left. And free throw for Hartsfield is good. Just a little over 7 minutes to go in the game. And here comes Emily Weeblehouse. Kester driving to the basket, can't finish. Rebound to Hartsfield. Here comes Louisburg. Shabala knocks it down. That's 18 for Shabala. And the lead is now 14 for Louisburg College. So across the timeline comes Emily Weeblehouse. She's got Corey White on her. Weeblehouse driving to the basket, off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Hartsfield. Here comes Louisburg. Across the timeline, here's Clowney. Clowney stops around the free throw line, puts it up, and gets it to fall. And that is 12 points for Jade Clowney. 73-67, 6:16 to go in this game. Ball deflected out of bounds. It will stay with UMO. 24 on the shot clock. 6:16 on the game clock. Carolina Correa coming in for Jade Clowney. Clowney with 12 points, 8 in the second half. And now inbounding the ball will be Maya Jones inside to Harrell. Harrell finding Walker on the outside. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Kester. Kester driving inside. Kester is fouled by a Hurricane. Who's it going to go against? You could give it to Shabala. You could give it to Myquisha Patterson, and it's going to go against Patterson. So that's 4 on Q Patterson. And free throws coming up here for Mount Olive, and that's number 20, Chloe Kester, who has not scored in this ball game just yet. And Kester's first free throw is up and good. 6:06 to go in the game. It's a 73-58 ball game in favor of Louisburg. Kester has one more free throw coming. She puts it up, and it is no good. Rebound down to Shabala. Here come the Hurricanes. And ball lost out of bounds. Turnover. It's going back towards Mount Olive. So inbounding the ball now will be Morgan Wadsworth. Wadsworth gets it in to Jones. Jones across the timeline. She's got Adams guarding her. Finds Brown about 15 feet away from the basket. Now Brown looking for somewhere to go. 15 on the shot clock. Tried to get it inside, but Harrell's pass was cut off, and then a foul in the backcourt.
Ashley Brown knocks down White.
And that's 4 on Ashley Brown. Definitely got some foul trouble here for the Trojans. Again, 4 fouls for Brown, 3 for Weeblehouse, 3 for Walker. But the Hurricanes holding on to a 15-point lead.
Hartsfield's 15-footer is good. 75-58. Elbow shot, couldn't connect. Nothing but white jerseys underneath the rebound. Cora looking for a Euro step, loses the ball. Shabala left side assist, no, and long rebound to Hartsfield, and she'll turn it over.
Yeah, about 3 Trojans flat-footed watching the basketball right there.
4:57 left, and
foul on the floor, they're going to say.
Weeblehouse will check in for UMO. 75-58, 4:55 left. Timeout. Media. Craig, with 4:58 left, if you're UMO and Weeblehouse checking back in the game, the ball needs to run through her hands.
Yeah, Weeblehouse is the catalyst for everything they want to do offensively. I think they can really run some 2-woman game here. If you want to run a 2-woman game between Weeblehouse and Harrell, I think that might be your best bet offensively for Mount Olive. But defensively, you know, they've got to do a much better job of making Louisburg take bad shots. They're not doing so right now. Again, they've not been able to really crack into this deficit. They found themselves falling behind now by 17 with under 4 minutes, with under 5 to play. So at this point, Peter, you know you've pretty much got to be perfect here to wipe out that deficit and think about forcing overtime.
So Louisburg comes back to the court. UMO will come back with Harold, Walker, Wadsworth, Weeblehouse, along with Brown.
For the Hurricanes, they have White, Correa, Adams, Shabala, and also Deaisha Hartsfield.
UMO turns it over.
Not exactly how you wanted to come out of the timeout. Looks like a 2-3 zone here by Mount Olive, fouling a jump shooter.
Sending Adams, the freshman, 5'3" guard, to the line, to looking to extend the lead to 19.
Number 4, Sarah Walker, with her 4th foul. So she will sit down, and here comes Kester coming back into the game.
Misses the first. 75-58, 4:41 left. Make it 76-58.
First points of the game for Z. Got that free throw in.
Harold puts her body down, puts up the shot. No, but Kester right there, and she misses. Wadsworth looking for a foul, but no foul was called. A nice block by Hartsfield.
Hartsfield's got long arms. She's really bothering Mount Olive down low.
Chabala followed her shot, got her own rebound, and put it up for 2. Extends the lead to 20.
And Shabala with 20 of her own, leading the Hurricanes.
Harold from 19 is a little too hard. And look down there at Mackenzie Chabala. She's fighting still as if they were losing.
And that's the kind of effort you want to see, especially if you're the head coach of Louisburg, Dennis Gaskins. You want to see them fighting for every loose ball. You want to see them playing until the edge of the whistle.
78-58, 3:51 left. Weeblehouse gets the inbound and kiss off the window, and it's good.
Nice move by Weeblehouse. 20 points in the second half for Emily. Trying her best to keep Mount Olive in this game, but tell you what, with 18 points down right now, there's trouble in Pickletown.
Answer back is Cogdale to make it 80. 3:24 left. Brown looking to get some movement from Harold. And Harold drops her shoulder, kiss off the window, and Harold picks up 2.
Tell you what, Harold's having a nice game. She's also up to 20 points herself. It's been Weeblehouse and Harold who's been the 2 players keeping Mount Olive afloat.
80-62, UMO trails. Cora up and under, misses the layup, but there to clean it up is Cogdale. Forces a UMO timeout with 2:50 left, 20-point lead. Take us into the huddle, Craig. What would you do if you're a UMO right now?
Just got to finish strong here. Go out there. If I'm this team, I tell them don't look at the scoreboard. You already know what it is at this point. It's a 20-point deficit. Just give me the best 3 minutes you got. I want to see effort. I want to see energy, and I want to see effort and I want to see energy from these two, from my 5 players on the floor. Louisburg here, looks like they're going to be subbing in some of their reserves as well. Natalie Campbell and Kristen Ash are about to come to the scorer's table for them. But if you're Dennis Gaskins, you just want to finish strong as well. Don't let the scoreboard fool you that this thing is just completely over, that Mount Olive's just going to watch it count down. They're going to give it their best effort, so you might as well do the same here. Show me some energy and show me some effort, and let's see what we got going into our first game in a few days.
82-62, horn sound. Nice crowd on hand here inside the Roger Taylor Athletics Center. PD Norris, Craig Green here.
Quickly, PD, scoring leaders right now, 26 points for Emily Weeblehouse. She leads all scorers and leads Mount Olive. 20 for Tyra Harrell. And for the Lady Hurricanes, 20 points for Mackenzie Shabala. 13 for Amaya Griffin. 12 for Ada Anorve Basoria as well.
82-62, Harold. Right side to Brown. Brown trying to go around the screen. Couldn't go around the screen. In the paint. Floater, no.
Good feet there by Brown. Just couldn't get the shot to fall. I liked her movement there. But again, into the game now, Natalie Campbell and Kristen Ash two freshmen, Campbell from Durham that played at Hillside High School, and Kristen Ash from Zebulon played at East Wake, so she's not too far away from here.
20-point lead, 2:27 left, UMO with the ball. Harold couldn't connect, trying to save it, and it goes right off her arm. Right in her hand is Ash.
Yeah, Jones tried to knock it off of Kristen Ash, and instead what happened was Ash caught the ball, and now a carry was called, so a turnover for Louisburg.
So UMO with the ball. Weeblehouse. Harold steps back and a whistle's blown.
It looks like Cogdell a little too physical with Harold. And that's 3 on Cogdell. We're right at 2 minutes exactly. So at the line one more time, Tyra Harrell. And first free throw rims in and out. Harrell with 13 in the first half, 7 in the second, 20 altogether. She's been creating problems for the Hurricanes down low all game long. Both free throws no good. Jump balls called, and possession arrow belongs to Louisburg.
Louisburg will have the ball with 2 minutes left. Ash will come into play. UMO with a turnover.
And immediately Kristen Ash commits a foul on the seat of her pants sitting on the floor. So out there on the floor for Louisburg, let's count it out here, PD. We've got, looks like we've got all freshmen out there right now.
Smaller lineup for Coach Gaskins.
But you know, though, that's part of, getting this in-game experience. That's what you want. Brown bricks 2 free throws.
Scorer still holds it 82-62, and UMO. And with the bank, and it's open for Chloe Kester.
Kester's been trying to get one to fall all game long. She finally gets one in the final 2 minutes.
Long three for the freshman. Bodies hit the floor as Weeblehouse with 1:14 left.
That call against Cogdell, that's her 4th. And we had all freshmen out there. Now we have sophomore Amaya Griffin coming back into the game. Going to try to see out this final minute 14. A 17-point advantage for Louisburg. Looks like they're going to be victorious here in their final exhibition, PD. And I think, if you're head coach Dennis Gaskins, you probably like the second half more than the first half.
Yeah, you definitely have to feed off of the second half. First quarter jitters coming out. You caught yourself down and early in the quarter. Not by a lot, but, they got down as many as 6. But, then the perimeter shooting stepped up, and that's exactly what got this crowd into it. And that just, the players fed off of the crowd. Nice crowd on hand here. 82-67 with just 66 seconds left. We'll be back here on Saturday as Patrick Henry coming in the boys matchup. That'd be our first time calling the boys game this year. And give and go as a freshman, Natalie Campbell from Durham Hillside High School gets her first points tonight.
Now turnover, the ball's going to go back to the Hurricanes here with another chance to see if they can get another freshman in the score column. You know they would love to do that. They just got Campbell in score column. They'd love to get Kristen Ash in there as well.
.50 seconds left. Got a timeout. The Canes will take it with them. 84-67, 50 seconds left. Welcome back, Louisburg, with the ball. With 50 seconds left. They'll inbound it, lob it in, and long three, and it's an air ball. Weebelhaus with 35 seconds left, drives, couldn't connect, and you know, you can definitely tell the type of game that's being played right now. A bunch of younger classmen, you know, Craig, not grabbing the ball, slapping it in the ball and stuff like that, but it happens.
It does, and you know, a lot of the players out here on the floor for Louisburg are, you know, freshmen. They're learning, they're trying to get in-game experience to get themselves ready for the real deal coming up. I think it's smart here by Coach Gaskins to rotate those freshmen in and out and give them that experience that they need.
They got a nice win on November 1st at Meredith College, 67-44. They'll be 2-0 after tonight's game, and then they'll play Baltimore City Community College on the 9th at Wake Tech. On the 10th, they'll play Florida State College. They'll return back home. A couple weeks as they play Wake Tech at home on November 23rd.
But they got a nice little long break away from the Taylor Athletic Center, so we'll see how they handle being on the road, playing on neutral courts.
2-0 after 2 games, not bad for Coach Gaskins and the Lady Hurricanes as they defeat UMO 86-67 in the sound of the horn, and victorious from Louisburg College. Craig.
And a good showing here by Louisburg. I'm sure that Coach Gaskins will tell you that they did not execute the way they wanted to completely, but hard to argue with a 19-point victory on your home floor, even when you didn't bring your best game. Also got to give a good shout out here to Mount Olive. Their developmental team came here and played hard, had a lead early in the first quarter. Ultimately, it was all Louisburg, and the combination, the law firm of Weebelhaus and Harrell was not enough to get past the storm that was the Louisburg Hurricanes tonight.
You know, UMO, they come in, get off the bus with just 9, scratch 1 at game time, so they got 8 rotation. Coach Gaskins with the well-oiled machine there. You know, he played majority of all his freshmen later in the fourth quarter with less, you know, basically for the media timeout down to the horn is when they played mostly freshmen.
Yep, and we talked about how he would most likely try to rotate players for this game. And, you know, just like you said, we saw them start off with some upperclassmen, mix in the freshmen there, get them some experience. And, we saw players such as Mackenzie Shabala, a sophomore guard, lead the way here, over 20 points for them. A lot of players tried to follow her lead, also follow the lead of players such as Carolina Correa and Ada Anorve Basoria. These are all guys, players who had a good showing here tonight. They're going to want to build off of that coming in next week, their first game away from home, just like you said, against Baltimore City.
And that's Baltimore City's not coming down here at Wake Tech and playing in a little tournament, without a well-oiled machine also.
That's right. They're coming down here to win. You don't want to travel all that far away and come down here just to get a participation trophy. They're coming down here to win the whole thing. And the Louisburg Hurricanes want to do the same thing. Again, successful season last year, PD, 25-5 last year, lost in the Region 10 semifinals. They want to get that bad taste out of their mouth and find themselves right back in championship contention again.
All right, Craig, it's always good to call a game. We'll be back here Saturday as the Louisburg men will match up against Patrick Henry on Saturday. We'll have it right here on Louisburg Sports Network. Craig, thank you for stopping by. Look forward to calling more games with you this year.
And Saturday we'll be here before we know it, and can't wait to see you and everyone else there. Same Canes time, same Canes channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, final from Louisburg College tonight. Your Louisburg Hurricanes 86, University of Mount Olive JV 67. From PD Doors, Craig Green. Courtside, we want to thank the athletic director, Michael Holloman, Coach Gaskins, and all the staff here at Louisburg College. Good night and God bless from Louisburg College.